So the Los Angeles Chargers had to trim their roster down to 53 today, and they made a lot of questionable decisions. Obviously, I'm just a fan and I'm giving my opinion on what happened. I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining or anything like that, but there were some moves that kind of stood out where it was like, how does that make a ton of sense? Like Tony Jefferson being waived, he's a guy that had one of the better preseasons statistically, according to PFF, at the safety position. Kendall Williamson's an unproven rookie. He's looked promising. But over Tony, I think that's a little bit crazy. Not to mention he's a fan favorite, a really, really good guy. Kamani Vidal ends up getting released. Same thing with Raheem Sanders. The Chargers are only carrying three running backs: Amarian Hampton, Najee Harris, and Hassan Haskins. That has to go to show. Quarterback Justin Herbert and Trey Lance. This is what I wanted. I really wanted them just to carry two quarterbacks. I think anything else is a little bit excessive. You have to realize that the Chargers have so much depth that if they just carry an extra player at a certain position, it's just hurting them in the long run. So I love that. Junior Colson placed on injured reserve and will miss the season. Long snapper Josh Harris, cornerback Dean Leonard are on injured reserve with the designation to return, so they will miss at least 4 games to start the season. So Harris ends up getting on the active roster. That's big time news for the Chargers. Week 1 against the Chiefs. I mean, this is the biggest week 1 in a very, very long time for the Chargers. You want to get up to a good start. You want to send a message and try to beat the team that's just dominated the AFC West for a decade to this point. What about wide receiver, though? McConkey, Quentin Johnston, Keenan Allen, Trey Harris, Keandre Lambert-Smith, and Darius Davis. This is something that stood out to me, is that Luke Grimm did not make the roster. I shouldn't be surprised. I don't know why I am. I thought he had a good camp. I like Luke Grimm, of course, and you want to see these undrafted rookies just make it. I guess it's because we all want to root for the underdog. It just didn't happen in this situation. Terrell Edwards didn't make the roster. He had that crazy interception in the preseason. Devon Campbell had a good camp. I thought Weezy Bridges, 7th-round pick, defensive back, did not make the roster. Did anything else stand out? Not exactly. No offense to these guys. I mean, they're in the NFL. They're doing more than me. But a lot of these guys just were just kind of guys from what I saw in preseason and training camp. Like Ryan Nelson, Brandon Rice. I said that, coming into the offseason, I was hyped about Brandon Rice. And then I saw him start to play, and I was like, hey, he's just not that great. Of course, especially his release is just so bad off the line of scrimmage. And yeah, I'm not shocked at all. A lot of these guys got cut. Like Kamani Vidal, I didn't think was that amazing. DJ, he was okay in the preseason, but there's no reason to be able to carry him. If you're going to carry a third quarterback, it would have been Taylor Heineke. So that's going to be it. So let's kind of break down each position, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on how the depth chart is looking. This is coming from the Chargers. We already talked about quarterback. We already talked about running backs. Scott Matlock, of course, will play as a fullback. He'll also be a depth piece on the defensive line if necessary. In terms of wide receiver, we already went over that. Offensive line, here we go. This is probably the biggest concern for the Chargers at any position is the depth on the O-line, especially with Rashawn Slater being hurt. Joe Alt, Bradley Bozeman, Mekhi Becton, Andre James, Zion Johnson, Trey Pipkins, Jamar Sawyer, and Austin Douglas. There's only one legit backup who would be able to come in and give you something, and that, of course, would be Andre James. Before you had Trey Pipkins, who was sort of a swing tackle who really could even play guard. You like that off of the bench, but in terms of starting, now that kind of changes everything. Tight end, how about this? Tyler Conklin, Will Disley, Tucker Fisk, much potential, and he would not have cleared waivers. You're not letting him go and getting him back. I don't even know if that's possible to be able to do that because they draft. Yeah, I don't even think that's possible. So yeah, he was like a lock to make it. He also caught a touchdown last preseason game. Outside linebackers: Bud Dupree, Kyle Kennard, Khalil Mack, Caleb Murphy, and Tuli Tuipulotu, only carrying 4. Nope, I'm an idiot. I can't count 5. Okay, there we go. That makes sense because I thought for certain they would carry 5 because Murphy, he's good on special teams. He's great on special teams. He's been playing with the first team all offseason. And Kyle Kennard was a day 2 pick for them. He's got potential. So I'm not surprised about that. Defensive line, Jamari Caldwell, Justin Egboigbe. There we go. We got it right. I've been getting chewed out for saying his name wrong. Thank you guys, by the way, for letting me know about that because you never want to pronounce someone's name wrong. It's really disrespectful. So he's going to be on the roster. Happy for him. Deshaun Hand, Naquan Jones, Otito Oboinya. So in case you guys think that I don't actually write these names down, there we go. So 2 guys in the defensive line. Hopefully I can remember that. T.R. Tart also made it. I think the D-line is one of the deeper units on this team. It's like the opposite of the O-line. The O-line has no depth. The D-line has tons of depth. Inside linebacker, Troy Dye, Diane Henley, Denzel Perryman, and Marlo Wax. Ooh, undrafted free agent. That's an interesting story. Speaking of an underdog, he's had a good camp. Safeties, Derwin James, Louis Gilman, RJ Mickens, Elijah Molden, and Kendall Williamson. I mean, Kendall really deserved to make the roster. It's just over Tony is insane. I don't know about that. Cornerbacks, Cam Hart, Dante Jackson, Nico Reed, Eric Rogers, Benjamin St. Juste, Tarheeb Steele, and Jazir Taylor. Wow, that is a lot of defensive backs. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 defensive backs. There's a lot of good ones. I'm not too mad about that. Specialist Cameron Dicker, of course, is the kicker, and J.K. Scott as the punter. One of the largest hang times in football. This is a really good special teams. Of course, they've got a good long snapper as well. Like I said, he will miss the first 4 games of the season. Talking about Josh Harris, everything looks good for the Chargers. I mean, talk is talk. It's time to walk the walk, and that's going to be week 1, which is considered a home game in Brazil. Kind of sucks that it is because the Chargers have to travel farther than the Chiefs, and it's a home game. I just can't wait. I mean, there's just something about this season. Last year, 11 wins was great. Fought the Texans till the end of that wildcard game. But now it's time to go. It's time to win this division and make a deep playoff run because I haven't seen that in my life as a Charger fan, so I'm still kind of waiting for them to get there. Of course, I mean, and to this point, I mean, we're talking about literally next Friday. It's just crazy to think how time has flown. I remember going into literally rookie minicamp, and now we're talking about being less than, or almost a week away from the first game against the Chiefs. Raiders, Broncos, 3 straight divisional games. This is a much more difficult schedule than last season for the Chargers, but it really isn't that bad. Like, in my opinion, the only team better than the Chargers, well, the Eagles are better, but and the Chiefs, they have to prove that. But that's kind of it. Like, really, the Eagles and the Chiefs. So 3 of these 17 games are the Chargers shouldn't be favored in. And the Vikings, that's a home game, so the Chargers should be favored in that. And they're also facing off against a rookie in J.J. McCarthy. At least he didn't play in his rookie season. I think the Chargers could certainly get the 13 wins here. They could go 13-4, and nobody would complain about that. That'd be a great season. 13 wins, and if they can stay healthy, that would be great. You really can't afford to lose anyone else after Rashawn Slater went down for the season. But yeah, I'll kind of leave it at that, guys. Let me know your thoughts overall on the video. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, let me know. Share it with your buddies, and also let me know about your thoughts about the 53-man roster. Did anything stand out to you? Any surprises? Is there a player that made it that you're really happy about? To me, I'm disappointed that Rocket didn't make it. I was really looking forward to rooting for him, but I mean, there's just already too many running backs. They drafted Amari Hampton in the first round, and Haskins, I said months ago, he was locked to make it. So it is what it is, man's football. But yeah, these guys.